Welcome to this week's Coffee and Conversation, where I want to talk about the tale of two families at the bowling alley. So that picture that just came up was one of two families at the bowling alley in Florida this weekend when I was visiting my daughter. They were the family that was having fun, high-fiving, cheering for each other. Hell, they were cheering for us. Guess what they weren't on? They weren't on their cell phone, okay? There was another family a few lanes down, and they were on their phone. They were barely talking to each other. And plain and simple, it was like, really? I've seen it at restaurants when I used to go table to table doing balloons. A family of four all on their phones, no communication, no talking. So the family next to us, Kim was the mom, and she won both games. She kicked everyone's ass, including her husband's. It was great. She's a pretty good bowler, actually. It was their son's birthday. That's why they were out bowling. And the only tip I'll give you is don't record your son bowling, because the only time he threw gutter balls for the most part was when they tried to film him. He was aware. He tried to throw the ball too hard. It was kind of funny because, honestly, he was doing okay for a little kid, about 8 or 9-ish. But the parents were fully present. The dad wasn't on his phone. He was engaged with the wife. He was engaged with his son. It was really fun to see. My daughter's fiance, he bowls with 2 fingers instead of 3. Kind of interesting, and he was showing him that. He has a lot of hook onto the ball. It's kind of cool. But it was interesting to see, and they were having a ton of fun. The fun level at the family that was on the cell phones was nowhere near that level. And they just were kind of there, and they were bowling, and they were like, okay. And so you hear us talk about being present, and honestly, that's all you've got is that moment then and there while they're bowling with their son to create a memory, to be present. Doesn't matter what happened in the past. We don't know if we're going to have it tomorrow. You get hit by a truck going home. So you've got to be fully present and engaged and loving what you're doing. Sometimes that means embracing the suck, but often it doesn't. So I want you to keep in mind, and I'll put a picture of the family up at the end, this is what we're talking about, being fully present and enjoying the moment. It wasn't about what the score was. It was about having fun as a family. And the other family just wasn't getting it. There was no enthusiasm. There were no high fives, no cheering. And the cheering wasn't for just one. It was for all of the people in that group, the family, Kim and her family. They were so impressive, I asked, can I take your picture for my video? And they said yes. So that should tell you something. So keep that in mind. Be fully present. And finally, we'll get it right. The subscribe button's over here. Subscribe if you would. Also, if you want a free consultation, shoot me an email at DennisCollinsManAlegacy.org. We never charge for the first talk or two, and we'll see what we can't do to help you. But guys, have a great week. Be fully present. Ignore the cell phone.